Hi, Sonja here from Success Fitness. How are you doing today? Today we're going to be doing a yoga Pilates fusion. So all we need is your mat and a big smile, lots of energy, maybe not quite as much energy. So make sure we're hydrated and we're going to get started. So we're going to start with just a nice sun salutation. And I'm just going to change all this around. All right. Okay. So let's start with a nice little mountain pose. So what I'd like you to do is just stand on your mat, and we're going to keep your feet right underneath your hips. So toes pointing towards me, palms facing forward, relax those shoulders. Give me a nice deep breath in, and exhale out. Let those shoulders go. Move things around, just what feels a little bit more natural. And again, inhale. And exhale. Good work. One more time. Give me a nice little deep breath in. And exhale out. Good job. We're just going to tilt our head over to one side and over to the other side. Right? Just moving things around. And again, over to one side. Over to the other side. And back to the center. Let's separate those feet a little bit further. We're going to give you a nice deep breath, reaching it tall. On the exhale, we're going to sweep down, bending through the knees. And again, inhale, reaching it up. Exhale, sweeping it down. Good work. And again, exhale out. Give me two more of these. Inhale up. Exhale out. One more time. Let's hold your hands up this time. Let's lean to one side, just stretching through those lats. And over to the other side. Crack, crack, pop. And back to the center and releasing it back down. Give me some nice big shoulder rolls. Opening it up. Nice rotations. Two more times. Last one. And release. Good. We're going to balance on your right foot only, your right leg, and your left knee is going to draw some nice big circles, opening through the hip. Okay, try to stand on this leg only. Try not to tap down if you can. If you need to tap down, that's totally fine. Give you one more. Good. And then holding it, and then doing the other side. Right, so we're working on your balance at the same time by not tapping down. 2, and again, 3. Good. 2 more. 4, last one, and 5. Awesome. Okay, we're going to go right to the end of your mat. We're going to do a couple forward folds, and then we're going to go right into 4 sun salutations. So give me a nice deep breath, reaching it tall, hinging forward from the hips. Let yourself just dangle, let your head go, let your shoulders go. We're just going to get started, right? So we don't want to go too deep into anything yet. Rolling it all the way back up. And again, inhale, reaching it up. Hinging it forward, forward fold. Letting your head go, let your shoulders go. Rolling it all the way back up. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. Now we really want to make sure that we're grounding our feet. So heels, big toe, little toe touching. Rolling the shoulders back. Think about that posture. Right, so keeping yourself nice and tall. Check in with yourself, right? Think about, where's my belly button? How's my back? How's my neck? How's my chest? Is everything kind of relaxed? We're going to go into our sun salutation, so we're going to add on to that forward fold. Inhale, reaching it up, slight little back bend. Hinging it forward, forward fold. This time we're going to touch the ground, softening those knees if you need to. Right foot steps back. Opening that hip into a nice high lunge. Stepping your left leg back into the plank. Belly button pulls in, evenly pressing into each palm. Dropping to the knees, sitting back into your child's pose, arms extended. Nice long stretch through those lats, into those hips and lower back. Digging those elbows in, scooching those forward into the up dog, opening your chest. Again, remember, we're just starting out, so don't force this. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Hinging into it, nice inversion here, pressing those heels down towards the mat. Get that stretch in those calves, let your head go, let your shoulders go. You're gonna step your right foot back forward, high lunge position, straddling that right foot. We wanna have our fingertips aligned with your toes. Left leg steps in, forward fold, slowly rolling it up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. Inhale up and back. We're going to do this again, but we're going to switch sides. Forward fold. Left leg steps back, high lunge position. Right leg steps back into your plank. Belly button pulls in. Nice, strong plank. Dropping to your knees. Child's pose, arms extended. Digging those elbows in. Scoot your nose forward into the up dog, rolling the shoulders down your spine. Tucking your toes under. Downward dog. Head going through, pressing those heels towards the floor. Get a nice stretch into those calves. Let your head go, left leg steps back forward, high lunge position, opening up through the chest. See how I have that nice straight leg in the back. Stepping that right foot in, forward fold, letting yourself just dangle. Slowly rounding it up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale back into your heart. Inhale up and back. We're going to do this 2 more times. Forward fold. Right foot steps back. High lunge position, opening through the chest. Left leg steps back into your plank. Belly button pulls in. Dropping to the knees, pointing your toes. Child's pose, arms extended. Digging those elbows in, scoot yourself forward. Up dog, nice stretch through the core. Tucking your toes under, downward dog, pressing those heels into the floor, realigning it. Good work, stepping that right foot forward, high lunge position. Left leg is nicely stepped back, nice and long through those hip flexors, stepping that left leg into that forward fold. Rounding it up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale back into your heart. Inhale, reaching it up, side low back bend. Hinging it forward into that forward fold. Left leg steps back, high lunge position is your last round. Right leg steps back, plank position. Dropping to your knees into your child's pose. We should be feeling a little bit warmer here. Digging the elbows in, scoot your nose forward into the up dog. Right, so a little bit more bendy. Things are starting to warm up. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. Pressing the head back through the arms. Try to straighten those legs as much as we can. And from here, I actually want you to drop back down to the knees, and we're going to stay on all fours. Our hands are going to stay right underneath your shoulders, and I just want you to go into a cat and cow from here. So we're going to move through the spine. So tuck your tailbone under, exhale. Inhale, release into the arch. Exhale, rounding it up into your cat stretch. Inhale, release into the arch. Exhale, back up. And what I try to do is I go a little bit more into my lower back here by shifting my weight back. Then inhale, shifting my weight slightly forward, right? So it's not too dramatic, but it's just enough because we do spend a little bit more time in a rounded position with the upper back and release. So if we're just rounding the back from here, we're just going back into that postural position that we kind of want to get out of, right? So pushing it back and release. Give me 2 more. Exhale and inhale. One last time. Exhale and inhale. Perfect. We're going to hold it right here. We're going to take your right leg. We're going to extend it out. And we are going to pull the knee in. It's kind of like doing a cat and cow from here. So I want you to lift the leg as high as you can without arching through that lower back to hurt it. And then we're going to round it into a cat, but pulling the knee towards your chest. So we're gonna do one side first. So if you feel that your knee needs a little bit of support here, what I do is I use a block under the knee that's supporting. Okay, ready? We're gonna extend that leg up. 1, pulling it in. 2, and pull. 3, and pull. 4, good. 5. Inhale, exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, and release. Good. Let's do the other side. How are we feeling? A little bit warmer, right? A little bit more mobile. Opposite leg. Ready? Lifting it up there. So slight little lift. Let the glute do the work. Pulling it towards the chest. Ready? Let's go. 1, and extend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, don't forget to breathe. 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Good job. Let's take that block out of the way. We're going to go into a plank position. So nice and even pressing into the palms. Both legs go back. Knees off the ground. Let's hold it right here. Pressing into the bottoms of your feet by pressing those heels back. Keep holding it nice and strong. Nice and slowly, we're going to lift those hips up towards the ceiling. V position, downward dog. Realigning those feet. Let's do a walking dog. One heel lifts, one stays down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10, pressing both heels down, head going right through, let your head go. We're gonna walk those feet towards your hands. Walking those feet in, into that forward fold. Slowly rounding it up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together into your heart. Every time I sneeze in a yoga Pilates class, don't know why. Inhale, reaching it up, hinging it forward, forward fold. Walking your feet back, plank position. Belly button pulls in, nice and strong, right? So yoga and Pilates combined. So we hold strengthening poses for core work, work in the core. At the same time, getting the stretch, downward dog. Pressing the heels down towards the floor. Head going through, let your head go, let your shoulders go. Walking those feet in, forward fold. You got this. Nice and slowly rolling it back up. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale back into your heart. Inhale, reaching it back up. Back into that forward fold. Feet walk back, plank position. We're going to hold the plank. Right leg only. We're going to lift it up and down. So pointing your toe. Ready? Lifting it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck this one under. Opposite leg point. Ready? Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping to the knees, child's pose, arms extended. Giving those wrists a little break so you can rotate them around and rotating them the other way. Good work. Back up on all fours. How are we feeling? You doing okay? You're going to stay on all fours. We're going to go right into your downward dog. So again, evenly pressing into the hands, arching that lower back, tuck your toes under. Downward dog. Ready? Up we go. Walking your feet a little bit closer towards each other. Right leg comes up, pointing your toe, opening that hip. Flex your foot. heel to bum. Extending it with your pointed toe. We're going to just move slightly forward so that your hips are pointing down towards the floor. Knee to chest. So in we go. 1 and extend. 2 and extend. 3 and extend. Give me 2 more. And extend. 1 more. Good. We're going to take this one all the way through into a high lunge position. Yeah? Let's hold it right here, straddling that front leg. In my case, it's the right foot. We're going to take your left foot, sliding a little bit closer in towards that instep of that right foot. We're going to twist you open. So we want that knee towards your chest, looking up towards your thumb. Really trying to stretch into this rotation, opening it up through your torso. Excellent work. We're going to take that right hand down to the floor and we're going to twist the other way. So sometimes what's helpful is having a block for this next twist because it's a little bit more difficult. And we're going to go the opposite direction. Takes a little bit more balance. Holding it right here. If you can go right to the floor, that's great. If you need a chair, right, you can use a chair beside you. And again, open it as far as you can. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Nice deep breathing. Good job. Taking it all the way back down. Stepping your right foot back. Plank position. Nice and strong. Right leg, lifting it up and down, but with a flex foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3. Straight leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dropping down. Child's pose. Arms extended. Again, give those wrists a break. Back up on all fours. Arching through that lower back. We're going to go back to that downward dog. So tucking the toes under. Lifting it back up. Downward dog. Walking your feet a little bit closer. Switching sides. So this time your left leg comes up. Point your toe. Open through the hip. Flex your foot. Heel to bum. Extending it back with your pointed toe, but pointing those hips down towards the mat. Knee to nose. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking it all the way through into a lunge position, right? So you're on the other side. We're going to slide your right. Actually, let's hold it here for a second first. Get that nice stretch in those hip flexors. We're going to take your right hand a little bit closer in. Left arm reaches up. Good work. Knee to chest. Getting that nice stretch in. Hold it, right? We don't want to just let it go quickly. We're a little bit warmer now. We should feel a little bit more limber. We're going to switch to the other side. So hand goes down to the floor, or again, you can use a block. And we're going to go the opposite direction here. Nice and slowly rotate. Opening up from the chest. You can use a chair, stool, right? Anything underneath that arm. If you don't need a block, you can take it right down to the floor, right? So it really depends on your own flexibility. Keep holding it. Nice. Hold it for 4, 3, 2. Releasing it down. Both feet go back. Plank position. Working hard today. Belly button pulls in. We're going to drop down to the knees. Hands stay right underneath your shoulders. We're going to bend at the elbows. We're going to go right down into a staff pose, which means we're going to use those triceps to stabilize you. Let's hold it. We're not on the floor yet. All the way down. There you go. Letting those toes extend into your up dog. Lifting it up, roll the shoulders down. That's too much for you. Just drop to the elbows. Hold it from here. Releasing it all the way back down. Tucking your toes under. Downward dog. Into that nice little V position. Pressing those heels towards the floor. Tailbone up to the sky. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. Nice stretch to the back of the legs. Whew. We're going to walk your hands and feet together. Forward fold position. From here, we're going to do a halfway increase. So we're going to go right forward with our fingertips. If your back is really rounded here and you can't do this, you're better off having your hands just on your shins or knees. Right? What we're trying to get to is a nice flat back and maintaining that. So if I'm reaching my fingers from here and then out to here, I still want to get that nice flat back. We're going to go back to forward fold. Walk your hands back in. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. We're going to come up into a swan. So arms come out to the sides. And then we're going to come up. Okay? Exhale into your prayer chest. Coming back up. And as we're getting those arms out, we're going to lower it back down into a nice little dive. Forward fold. Hold it right here. Good work. Plank, walking the feet back. Belly button pulls in. Drop to the knees. Hands underneath your shoulders. Bending at the elbows. Staff pose. Halfway down. Hold, hold, hold. All the way down. Point your toes back. Up dog. Releasing it down. Tuck your toes under. Downward dog. Pressing those heels down. Good job. Into your knees on all fours. Child's pose. Arms extended. How are we feeling? Working hard, right? That's what we do. We work hard, but only to your capability. You have to figure out the level and the speed. And even if you have to pause it a couple times, just trying to get into certain poses. And that's okay. And you're going to notice, we're going to go sideways. You're going to notice that some of the classes move a little slower, some of the classes move a little bit quicker, right? And it's okay to pause it for a second and try to figure out, and maybe rewind it, and trying to figure out like, what were we doing there, and how do I get into that, right? So the blocks come in really handy for cushioning for your elbows, your knees, right? So I really like having one of these foam blocks. So the regular yoga blocks are really hard. These ones are made at a foam store. I just got them cut for me. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. Bottom knee is going to be bent. Top leg is going to be straight. Okay? So we're going to go into a side plank position. So we're going to lift your hip off the ground. We're going to take this arm all the way up. And we're going to thread the needle. We're going to go all the way under as far as we can. And opening it back up. So it's not just your arm moving. It's your whole torso twisting into it and opening it up. Yeah? And again. 3. And up. And again, 4, and up. And again, 5, and up. Good. 6, don't forget to breathe. 7, and lift. And again, 8, and lift. Last 2. Last 1. And release. So this is also quite a bit of work on your shoulder, okay? From here, we're going to stay in that side plank, but we're going to do a nice little reach, lifting the hip up. So what I want you to do is take in this hand, start at the top of that extended leg. We're going to lift the hip and reaching it above your head and then coming back down 1, yeah? And again, reaching it, 2, and release. And again, reaching it, 3, and release. And again, 4, and release. Good, give me 1 more. And again, 5, and release. Nice job. Okay, from there we're going to go right back over onto the front. We're going to go right back into the plank position. Hands right underneath your shoulders, legs go back. Good job. Into your downward dog. Head going right through, press those heels down. And again, we're going to get that nice stretch, get your head through. Oh, and releasing it. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to just switch it over. We're going to go into that plank position on your elbow. If you want to do a higher plank with your hand on the floor, that's totally fine too, right? But I've chosen the elbow plank today. Bending the bottom leg, top leg is straight. We're going to come all the way up, lifting that hip, threading the needle, all the way under. Notice I move my whole torso with this, right? It's not just this. 2, right? Move into it. 3. And again. 4. Very nice. And again. 5. You got this. 6. 7. 8. Come on. 2 more. All the way under. As far as you can. 9. 1 more. And 10. And release. Hand goes right on top of that extended leg. We're going to do a nice little extension, lifting the hip up and down. Ready? Let's go. Up we go. 1. And release. Good. Reach that arm up. 2. And release. And again. 3. And release. And again. 4. And release. One more time. 5. And release. Good job. We're going to take it back to the front. We're going to have both hands underneath our shoulders. Legs go back. Plank position. Good work. Downward dog. Oh, feels so good. Back to the plank. Drop to the knees. Elbows bent, staff pose. Hold it halfway. All the way down. Point your toes. Up dog. All the way back. Downward dog. Pushing those heels down towards the floor. Woo. Good work. We're going to step your right foot forward, high lunge position. Holding it right here. We're going to take both hands on top of that right knee. We feel that nice stretch in the back of that leg. If you can, try to find that balance. Right? If you need chairs, blocks, walls, it's all very helpful. We're going to take both arms up to the ceiling, leaning slightly back. Hold your balance. We're going to turn your back foot into your warrior 2. When we're doing your warrior 2, make sure this knee stays open. It's not going to follow along, okay? Nicely open. And we're going to look at your right hand, open that right palm right up. Really trying to lean into it. So notice I bend this one. This one is stretched. I'm going to push to the outside of my back foot. Okay? Hold it. Reverse warrior. This hand goes down. Opening that palm up. Go as far as you can. Your right leg is still bent. We're not taking it with us. Okay? Looking up at your open palm. Nice deep breathing. Keep holding it. We're going to go back into your warrior 2. Opening both arms back up. So reaching it away from you. So it's a lengthening. Looking at your right open palm. We're going to rest your right arm down to the right leg, opening the back palm into your side angle pose. Right? So if you look at your foot, your fingertips, it should be a nice straight line. Now if you can, open your torso a little further and look up towards the ceiling. Hands go right down to the floor, straddling that front leg. Turn that back leg into a high lunge. We're going to step your right foot back, straight into a downward dog. Pressing those heels down, right? So again, we should feel a little bit more give here. Let your head go, let your shoulders go. Walk those hands back out into a plank. Drop to the knees, halfway down, staff pose. All the way down, point your toes, up dog. All the way back down. Tuck your toes under, downward dog. We're going to switch sides. Left leg steps forward, high lunge position. When we're ready, try to find that balance. Hands go on top of that left leg this time. This leg is taking all the weight. Hold it. Both legs go up. Leaning back slightly. Back foot turns. Warrior two. Opening up your left palm. Left leg is straight. Come on, lots of strength here. Keep holding it. Legs stay exactly the same. Reverse warrior. Sliding that right hand down the back of that knee. Looking at your open palm. Warrior two. Holding it right here. Opening everything up. Your chest is pointing towards the screen or the wall behind you. Looking amazing. Taking both hands down, straddling that front leg. High lunge position. Coming right back into that warrior, semi-warrior position. Elbow tucked in. I forgot. Side angle pose. Nice reach. Looking up towards the ceiling if you can, opening up your torso. Taking both hands down, high lunge position. Good. Taking the back to the downward dog. Head going right through. Excellent plank position. Keeping that nice straight line, drop to the knees. Halfway down, staff pose. Triceps are working here, point your toes all the way down, up dog. And take it into a child's pose, all the way back. And coming all the way back. How are we doing? Good work. We're going to flip it over. We're going to have your legs extended. Legs are nice and straight in front of you. We call this a seated forward fold. So we're going to take a nice deep breath, reaching it tall and reaching for the toes. If you can't reach the toes and you're right by the ankle, that's totally fine. Do the best you can. Flexing your feet. And releasing it. We're going to lay all the way down, all the way into your back. Pull those knees into your chest. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. Good work. Just massaging through that lower back. We're going to keep one knee pulled in. We're going to lift your head and shoulders. And we're going to just alternate pulling those knees in. And we're not yanking on it with your arms. We're going to let the core do the work here. So we're just guiding. Okay, ready? We're going to switch for 20. 1, 2, good. 3, lifting from your shoulders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. Pull those knees back in. Let your head go. And we're just going to drop your head over to one side, stretching through the neck. Take your head over to the other side, stretching through the neck. And back to the center. Hands go behind your ears, lifting your head and shoulders. We're going to go right into some bicycle crunches. So just like what we did without the guidance, but also a little bit more help off your hands. So elbow to knee, but more so shoulder to knee. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Come on, lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Pulling those knees back in. We're going to roll it up into a ball. So your feet are not touching the ground, okay? Hanging onto the back of the knees, rounding the spine. We're gonna roll like a ball for 10. Ready? 1, up we go. 2, when we go up, we're gonna hold it for a second, make the core do the work. 3, hold. 4, hold. Notice nothing is changing in my angle of my knees and hips. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, last one. We're going to hold this one up and hold into that boat pose, opening it up a little bit more with your chest. Feet come up a little bit higher. Push those knees slightly away until your arms extend. Let those hands come out of the equation. Hold the boat pose for 4, 3, 2, and release. Good. Let's have a seat with your knees slightly bent. We're going to rotate, looking over your shoulder, stretching through the spine. And over to the other side, stretching through the spine. Taking it back to the center, hands are going to support right behind you for support. We're going to take our legs a little bit further out. We're going to go right into a V-up, alternating legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, nice and controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. We're going to come right down to the floor. Good work. We're going to walk those feet a little bit closer in, dropping those heels down. We want to keep your knees, hips, and ankles all in alignment. Hands put it down beside you. And we're going to bridge it up and down. But I want you to think like a zipper. So pelvic tuck it under. One vertebrae at a time lifts up. Releasing it from the upper part of your spine and then into the lower back arch. And again, 2. And release. And again, 3. And release. And again, 4. And release. Exhale. And again, 6. And release. Good. 7. And release. This is a nice bridge. I love doing the bridge because it loosens up my spine, massages through everything. 9. One more, but we're going to hold this one up. Hold it all the way up. Try to go a little bit higher if you can. And then we're going to really rest on your shoulder blades. Clasp those hands together underneath your lower back. And let's just hold it here. So we can even come a little bit closer in with our heels, lifting a little bit higher. You're going to feel this in the quads. We're going to feel this in our glutes. If you lift nice and high, it's your lower back, but just be careful here. Don't force it. And keep your weight in your shoulder blades. Keep holding it. Nice deep breathing. A couple more breath in and out. Don't sag into it. Keep lifting it. One more deep breath. Good. And release. Let's pull those knees into your chest. And once again, we're going to give ourselves a nice little hug and rocking it out. We're going to come up into a seated position. Legs go straight in front of us, separating them about the width of the mat. Okay? Hands go behind your ears. And we're going to rotate right, left. So I want you to twist from your torso. So think more like right where your sports bra goes, or for the gentleman, maybe right across sort of the lower part of your shoulder blades. And I want you to think more rotating from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep yourself nice and upright. 5, 6, 7, 8, nice and tall. And 10. Hold it in the center. This time we're going to pulse each side for 2 pulses. Ready? 1, 2, center. 1, 2, center. Nice and tall. 1, 2, center. So keep your shoulder blades pushed back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it right here, and we're going to tip it to the side. I just want you to tip it down to the side. 1, tipping it down to the side. 2, working those obliques. 3, right? So a little harder to do in this position. 4, so think elbow to hip. 5, 6, don't round forward. 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10, and release. Roll those shoulders out. Nice big circles back. Nice rotations. Good work. Feet come back together, bending those knees, rolling it back down. We're going to have our arms laterally out to each side. Walking those feet a little bit closer towards your and I'm going to take your knees over to one side, stretching the lower back to the center, over to the other side. So we're just going to alternate that. A little windshield wiper. And again, over to one side. And again, 4. Good. And again, 5. And again, 6. We got this. And again, 7. And again, 8. Feels good, right? 2 more. 9. So we have a little bit of a hiccup with our lower back. This one is kind of nice to do. Just be gentle. Don't force it going down. And 10. Pulling those knees back into your chest. Giving yourself a nice tight little hug. And releasing those feet back down. Legs extend, arms extend. Nice little stretch through the core, through the whole body. Really trying to lengthen yourself like somebody's grabbing your fingertips, grabbing your toes. Nice deep breathing. Let's take those hands just down beside your hips. Shoulders rotate down towards the ground. Separate your feet a little bit. If this bothers your lower back, you can also bring your feet back in and giving that support. You can also rest your feet on top of a chair. And this is a nice position to be in to just, I don't want to show you, and then really focus on your deep breathing. And when we take that deep breath in, I want you to think about filling the lungs, your diaphragm, and then right into the belly. And you want to feel the belly expanding as you're inhaling and exhaling. Pull all that air out. So sometimes what works is putting one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. And then really feel where the air is coming from. Well, we know where the air is coming from, but where it's going. And if you don't feel anything rising here, then you're holding back. You're holding that breath back, and you're not getting it deep enough, okay? And the goal is to lengthen the inhale and exhale. So the long inhale and the long exhale. And I'm going to invite you to stay here for a bit longer. My time is up with you, but please, this is a great position to stay and really take this time and take advantage of a couple more minutes doing the deep breathing and really circulating that oxygen in and out and finding this quiet moment for yourself, because it is so important that we also quiet our mind, quiet our body. Taking that deep breath in and exhaling it out. Feel the whole circulation working nice and relaxed. Thank you for joining me. My name is Sonja Badesi from Success Fitness. Thank you, Raw Roads, for sponsoring this class, and I'll be seeing you back in the next couple workouts.